Okay, let's take a look at some of the functions of DataWrapper. DataWrapper is a free online platform for data visualization and mostly, I would say, exploratory data viz. It's a little bit quick and dirty. And certainly there are a lot of features here that I am not aware of, but you can see here that it's capable of making relatively complex charts, tables, and maps. I'm going to just work with an EPA data set showing chemical release, EPA measured chemical release just for the state of Utah. So this first page here allows you to upload or copy and paste data in. I'm going to go in and pull. These are chemical release totals in pounds for a bunch of different EPA monitored chemicals. A little preview of the text file, and then DataWrapper will, present it as a draft for you here, where it gives you options to manipulate the data a little bit. You can edit the column properties because you can see the different colors here. There's a key. Dates or things that are considered dates are in green. Continuous values are measured in blue. And then black are your text fields. Red or there's a problem or a dash means there's no data, and maybe you can barely see those here. So, and you can also add columns and mess around with the data a little bit. So if we jump into visualizing, so we have options here for the different kinds of charts that we can lay out. And because the data that we're working with is basically locations, let's go back here. We've got, we've got company name, facility name, their address, let's see here, some location data. We've got what type of industry the company is, the chemical that's being released. And so what you'll notice here is it might be electric utilities, but there are different compounds or different chemicals that are being released. So it's a complicated spreadsheet. Whether or not it's listed as a Clean Air Act chemical, if it's carcinogen, and then our units of measure, and then how it's being released. So air, stack air, water, underground, and then we've got total release here. So this is great categorical data that we can organize and look at just simply to say, well, I wonder which company is releasing the most. I wonder which chemical has the highest emissions. So we can change our chart type to bar and then go in and refine, and this is where we set up what we actually want to be looking at. So the bar that we want to measure, the value that we want to encode, is the total release for me right now anyway. We could break it down and look at, what's coming out of a smokestack, but let's just look at total releases. And then here's where we could either look by the facility, or we could look at the industry or what chemical it is. Let's just look at the industry sector. And it'll update here, doesn't automatically sort for us. Hopefully it'll update. This is a big data set. And then let's see here. We can go down to sorting and grouping, and we can sort them. It'll sort descending. So you can see metal mining is listed many times here, and that's because there are different chemicals that are being reported and maybe different industries. So in order to combine these, we'd have to go in and do some cleaning of this data. But you can see quickly anyway that metal mining, metals, primary metals, metals. This is where the bulk of the chemicals are coming from as far as industry sector goes. And then let's look at what chemicals they are. It'll keep it sorted for us, which is handy. So copper compounds are the biggest quantity. Chlorine, again, copper compounds. So these are the top chemicals being released, and we'd have to go in and sum these or combine these like fields together to get more accurate sums. But I want to draw your attention to a couple of things here. Okay, if we scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, You can see here that we can view this like it would look on an app, like a phone or on a tablet or on a computer screen. And then we have different colorblind checks that preview what our chart might look like, testing for different color blindness. And we can change the color here and customize colors and do some basic changing around of things right here. And then publishing and embedding. I haven't taken it this far yet. I consider this more something that's kind of a quick data viz option where you can get an idea for distributions and get a sense for what you have to work with pretty easily this way.